Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you've been here. Today, I'm going to be watching the new Strangers trilogy, chapter 1. If you know me in person, you know how much I fucking love The Strangers. Everybody knows The Strangers is my shit. If anybody actually wants to be someone that I consider important in my life, then I have most definitely forced them to watch the existing Strangers movies. I have actual beef with anybody that hates on the concept of these movies because how do you not see these masterpieces for what they are? The concept is so fucking chilling and terrifying, like, because it could literally happen to you. That's really why they're so effective. For anybody that says that these movies suck, I would love to see someone knock on your door and ask you if Tamara's home and see if you're not gonna fucking piss your pants. This is why I haven't dressed up as them for Halloween yet. I'm waiting to find my soulmate, the best costume couple idea, so that we can bring my fantasy to life. I feel like this one gets a lot of hate, but The Strangers Pray at Night is literally like in my top 5. It's so fucking good. The sound design, the soundtrack. I love how these upbeat happy songs were playing in the background as they were killing them. The iconic scene when Kinsey, who was played by Bailey Madison, who is so fucking talented, when she's crying inside that huge barrel and she's like, leave us alone, and then one of the strangers like pops in, leave us alone,
but we've just started.
That is so fucking iconic. Bitch, the pool scene with Total Eclipse of the Heart playing in the back. Fucking cinema. Don't even argue with me. Don't even bother. I will die on that hill. That shit was insane. I think I've made my points how much I love these movies. So when I heard about this reimagined trilogy, I was on my fucking knees, so excited, waiting in anticipation to watch these. And I think it's really interesting. They are rolling out 3 of these under the same year. And I love that shit. Yes, feed me. Exactly what I want. They don't waste any time. It is very cool to explore that. Like, what happens after you have survived and seen the most horrific shit? I don't want to sound like a hater. I've never seen Riverdale. All I've ever seen are goofy memes, and the writing for Riverdale has always like weirded me out. Oh, someone really greenlit that? Oh, okay. So when I saw that Meline how do I say her name? I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's gonna be up here. I think it's Meline Patch. When I saw that she was casted as the main character, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it worried me. I don't want to shit on her. I've never seen the show, but it just worries me that someone who is linked to the show would be in this universe. It just doesn't add up with my vision. As long as her acting is good, then I'm good. And I also can't really blame her if it's not good. Like, it also really depends on the writing as well. I'm scared. Like, I saw some reviews already and they were not good. But then again, Strangers Pray at Night didn't get the best reviews either, and I fucking love that movie. So maybe I shouldn't let these bad reviews for chapter 1 influence me, because I might actually just love it. It might just be that it's not for everybody and it's not your cup of tea, but it might be mine. I'm going into this excited, but I'm also going into it very wary. I just don't want to hate it. I don't want to be disappointed. Okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna go watch chapter 1 right now, and when I get back, you guys will get my genuine reaction and my first time thoughts. Okay, this is for the spoiler-free gang. Is it good? Yeah. I mean, it's not like, holy shit, that was so good, get off your ass and go watch it. It's not like that type of good, but it's also like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and be like, that was garbage. No, like, it wasn't. Like, it definitely had its moments. I wasn't sitting through the whole movie like stone-faced. I felt my heart sink plenty of times. I reacted a bunch of times. I gasped. I winced. I laughed. Do I think it's as good as the original? No. Do I think it's as good as Strangers Pray at Night? Also no. But it's good for what it is right now on its own. Like, as a standalone, it's good. But I wouldn't place chapter 1 under the same standards as the original and Pray at Night. That's it for spoilers free. I think it's definitely worth the watch. There's gonna be moments that you like. There's gonna be moments that are gonna make you cringe a little bit. But if you're there for the antagonists, the strangers like me, then they do cater. So you'll definitely enjoy it for them. Let's talk spoilers now. So I want to start off with Meline actually was not bad. It's not like she blew me away. It's not like she was Liv Tyler or Bailey Madison, but she definitely had her moments. The actor who played Ryan, I have mixed feelings about him. He had his good moments too, but there were also some moments where I was like, why? But okay, let's start from the beginning. So chapter 1 is centered around this couple, Maya and Ryan, who have been dating for 5 years, but for some reason are not engaged. There was a scene where they were at a restaurant and one of the waitresses told him, 5 years and there's no ring yet? What are you waiting for? And the way that Ryan said, well, right now I'm waiting for my turkey melt. They were on this road trip to Portland. They stopped to eat at a restaurant. I love the callbacks to the original. The 2 religious boys with the little Bible booklets that ask them if they're sinners. When they leave the restaurant, this, I guess a mechanic, tells them that their car is fucked. And Ryan thinks it's a scam. Maybe while they were eating in the restaurant, the mechanic fucked with it and now they can't leave. But Maya insists that he's just being paranoid and that they should let him help them. There's a cabin where they can stay while their car gets fixed. Something that bothered me about this movie was the amount of side characters, the amount of dialogue, how much screen time they got. I did not really enjoy all these side characters chiming in, but I do feel like there has to be a reason why they were all acting so mysterious, like they knew something. So I wonder if they'll actually play any important role in chapter 2 or chapter 3, because for them to have that many lines of dialogue and that much screen time, you would think that they were going to be put to use at some point, because it was annoying the fuck out of me. The next thing that really bothered me and that made me fucking cringe, so Ryan's got asthma, and at some point he leaves the cabin on a motorcycle that's there to go pick up his inhaler that was left in the car with the mechanic. And when he goes to get his inhaler, the mechanic is there. Rudy is his name, I think. And he's got this metal in his hands and he's like,
I thought you were a car thief.
And then the horse thing, bro, that was corny. I did not like that. I don't want to see that again. Why should we be afraid of Rudy? We're not. We really aren't. There was just some writing that, I don't know, it felt cheesy at times. I didn't really care for them as a couple. I was patiently waiting for the action to begin. Something that bothered me as well, Dollface is significantly smaller, and in the original in Pray at Night, Dollface had long, like blondish hair, so it felt a little off to me. A beanie and short hair, and she's significantly smaller than Scarecrow and Pinup Girl. I loved the shot of Scarecrow behind Maya while she was playing the piano. Ooh, something that actually bothered me. So all the lights had gone out and Dollface was already inside, and then Maya saw her in the dark. When Ryan came back and Maya told him, he was like, "Were you smoking?" Bitch, unless she was on shrooms, I don't see how that fucking like would matter. Why was that there? Like, oh my god, that actually really bothered me and pissed me off. I love when everything began with the chicken, blood dripping on their food. Finally, all 3 strangers made it inside, and Maya and Ryan were cornered in one of the rooms, and they made the huge hole in the door. The door had hello written in blood like all over it. The shot of Scarecrow staring at them through that huge hole in the door, that was really fucking good. I liked how when he left them alone for a little bit, Ryan was like, they're fucking with us. They didn't go in right away. They love the good chase. It's the teasing and the taunting and the build-up that matters. I loved when Maya had that nail go through her hand. It wasn't Samara weaving good, but it was alright. The next thing that I actually really liked and that had my jaw drop, when Ryan thought that he killed Scarecrow Stranger, and it turns out that he had actually killed the owner of the cabin that was probably coming to fix their fridge. That really got me. That really had me. Like, I felt the impact of that. When they almost managed to escape, Scarecrow Stranger hit them with the car. I don't know. I feel like that could have been better. Like, you can't compete with Strangers Pray at Night. When Kinsey's dad was clearly not able to get out of the car and Scarecrow Stranger was like right next to him, taunting him. It's kind of hard to match that with, oh, he just hit him with the car. I don't know. When Ryan held the gun behind Pinup Girl's head, bro, Pinup Girl is such a baddie. Like, I want to be her so bad. She was just like chuckling underneath the mask. We know she's living for that shit. And the way that she held up the knife and then dropped it, that was good. So the ending. When Maya and Ryan are finally tied up in those chairs. Oh, when Ryan said, "Marry me," in the midst of They could have done without that. I heard a few people in my row snicker and I was trying to hold it back too. Ryan gets stabbed first, she watches him die. So just when I was getting really excited and was like, okay, Meline is like killing it, her character watching the Ryan character die, I liked that performance. But then here's what really fucks it up for me. Scarecrow gets in her face and then she says fuck you. I don't know, I feel like it could have been angrier. It just feels like her fuck you fell flat. There had to be more takes of that where it actually came out better and they used that one. So there's always the same ending for the Strangers movies when the victims ask them, why are you doing this? In the original, they answered, because you were home. In Strangers Pray at Night, they answered, why not? And in chapter 1, they answered with, because you're here. So then they hear the police sirens. They flee the scene. So Maya ends up surviving and she's in the hospital. And then it cuts to the credits, which I thought were really cute actually, like the whole animation. I was like, all right. Midway through the animation, it cuts back to Maya at the hospital wanting to wake up. And somehow Scarecrow Stranger is like right next to her. I don't know how I felt about that. So yeah, my only real problems with chapter 1 was the slow ass beginning, all the fucking side characters getting all that screen time, Rudy the mechanic, and yeah, some of the writing at the beginning is just like not for my consumption. I love the score, the sound design, the actual soundtrack itself. Obviously also one of my favorite things about these Strangers movies, the happy romantic music while they are torturing their victims. Scarecrow, Dollface, and Pinup Girl, they specifically have to be good. Like if nothing else in the movie is going to be good, you know that the Strangers are going to carry everything on their backs. We are here for them. And they did a fucking fantastic job. All the movements, the way that they walk, the way that they turn their heads, like all of this is super important in order for it to be effective. I think they really sold it and they were really good. Loved when Dollface, she just socked Maya out. That killed me. Since Brian Bertino gave the okay for all of this, I just kind of wish that maybe he had interjected. It just feels like it's not really like fitting the vibe that he set. Honestly, I'm not sure how involved he really even is in this trilogy. Well, I mean, I have to think about the writers. All right, well, that checks out. Again, I'm not really sitting here like gassing it up as much. I feel like I'm not strongly passionate about chapter 1 right now. I might just have to rewatch it, but first impressions are always the most important ones, or it just didn't live up to the hype that I created in my head for it because I hold those two movies on such a fucking pedestal. But it's great for what it is. Like I'm not sitting here like completely shitting on it. I think it is worth your time. I think you should go watch it. I'm definitely excited for chapter 2 and 3. I'm definitely going to be reviewing chapter 2 and chapter 3 still. I love it more than I hate it, pretty much. 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 5 stars on my Letterboxd. I'm probably gonna give it 3. You know what? Maybe it's just setting the tone. Maybe because this is chapter 1, they're like, we haven't given you the best yet. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. So yeah, here's to waiting for chapter 2 to come out next. And hopefully I'll see you here when that comes out. I'm gonna go on Twitter in a bit and Letterboxd, and I'm just really curious to read what everybody else thinks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on bell notifications so you never miss any of my videos. Bye!